Asem Kesee you made bro. Yejina say ya edi ka cho nsem na ye tete na enye de na enye hwam. Tutu na no memenda de ye ti ye fa era P.V Obeng. Edu say abusua ye mam shade mam yakọ. Probably you put in one or two what you know and what you remember and what you miss about your papa, your ofa, your nana, your this year, your bibia, your P.V Obeng. You try how many back up na ya hwe bra na otiase no jumedia hodo a odi ensem ne bi wo hono ma okakan ye ba oso je onim fa
ansala me cameraman David ye jata bone sala de mwa David jata bone wo so wodanya me ase papa se da no wokopa no nti la nkrofo tiatia no so bu ne nani na me yanku no na wonim so baba be adwuma wo multimedia e wotumi ama me Joshua Watanti na me yanku no for the use as a part.
All right, okay, you're quite a minute back.
On this note, I take the chair and wish ourselves a wonderful deliberation. As you can see, I'm not introducing the president because whenever anybody from outside has to introduce the father to his children, then there's something wrong. Then it's either that the children are bastards, they have no real father, or the father has been delinquent, he doesn't know his children. In this particular case, he's a father who knows his children. So, ladies and gentlemen, your president. Thank you very much. Don't let it become a recitation on our mouth. Better Ghana agenda. It is a cliche which embodies a collection of objectives and a collection of intended actions that must be executed at the grassroots, encountering today and tomorrow. Keep in your mind a checklist. Have I passed this? Have I passed that? You are expected to be here and to go back wiser, more inspired, more committed to the task that has been entrusted to you. I'm just encouraging you as a senior cadre, as somebody who has walked the same path that you are on, to say that let's take this engagement we are having today seriously, and let us not see it as an exercise in get-togetherness. It is an exercise to debrief ourselves and rebrief ourselves about the text ahead, and the sense of urgency with which we must attach the functions assigned to us. We have barely 2 years to demonstrate to the people who are watching how much welfare we have brought to them. We don't have 3 years. We have up to end of December 2015. Because 2016, an election year, everybody goes blind, technically. They don't see new things. Genuine things that are done are seen to be political gimmicks. So we have only the 6 or 7 months of this year left, and the 12 months of next year remaining for us to show our mantle. And everybody here is going to be measured. Your performance will be measured by what you are able to accomplish, but not how much oboi you are able to incite from our people.
It was a solemn atmosphere at the Tema residence of late Paul Victor Obeng, a senior presidential advisor at the presidency. Family, friends, sympathizers, and party faithfuls had gathered to mourn with the bereaved family. President John Dramani Mahama and his wife, Medina Mahama, with his entourage, were not left out.
On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I wish to extend our sincerest condolences to the widow, the children, and family of our late, beloved senior presidential advisor, Mr. P.V Obeng. We all called him P.V for short. And this loss is not only the loss of the family, but it's the loss of the government, it's the loss of the NDC party is the loss of the entire people of Ghana. PV spanned such knowledge and experience that I cannot stand here to describe what we have lost. Yesterday, I got a phone call from the regional minister who said that he had gotten information that PV had collapsed and was being rushed to the hospital, and so he was rushing there to find out what had happened. And so I asked him to go quickly, and then I called the chief of staff and asked him to alert 37 hospital to get an ambulance to stand by and find out where he is and go and pick him quickly to the emergency at 37. And so I was going to a funeral of one of our members who had also lost his daughter in an accident. And it is only when I arrived at the funeral, finished greeting and I sat, that I got the news that none of us wanted to hear, that PV had passed away. It's difficult for all of us. I knew him personally. He was not just my advisor, but he was also a friend and a brother. And we had been together at the National Economic Forum. He was one of the moving spirits behind the forum, very busy, very active in the forum. Nobody expected that after such a successful forum, we would hear this kind of bad news. A lot of the time when things like this happen, you are tempted to ask God why, but I guess he knows best.
He later signed the Book of Condolence, where he paid his condolences to the bereaved family. It will be recalled that at the just-ended 3-day economic forum at Senchi, Mr. P.V Obeng was part of the participants who played a key role during the discussions. President Mahama, in his closing address at the forum last Thursday, acknowledged his contributions. P.V Obeng was a mechanical engineer, politician and chairman of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Council. He was appointed by President John Evans Atta Mills of blessed memory as chairman of the National Development Planning Commission. Mr. Obeng was the chief consultant and chairman of OB Associates, a public and private sector consulting firm, and chairman of Ghana Agro and Food Company. He was reported dead Saturday morning after suffering from an asthma attack. He died at age 67.
Shocking. We'll all die one day or the other, but any death shocks. But this particular one really perhaps is more shocking than normal. I was with him last week Sunday in Kumasi, and we were bantering between the two of us. He was wearing a beautiful cloth traditionally, and I mocked him. I was asking whether he'd been made some Odikro or some village somewhere. And we were laughing. He in fact promised when he came back to Accra he would look me up. Then all of a sudden yesterday a message came that he passed. I couldn't believe my ears. He was a good person, very bright, intelligent, industrious. And in spite of the fact that our politics didn't agree, there was no enmity between me and him. In fact, I would say we were friends. As I said, I didn't agree with his politics. But then there was some civility between the two of us. We remained from those days in the early 80s. So it's with real shock that I get the message of his passing, and I want to send out my condolences to the widow, children, family, and friends. And I also pray that the good Lord would give him a peaceful rest, and family and friends. And I also pray that the good Lord would give him a peaceful rest, he was in public life, and from where I stand, I believe I can say that he was a leadership chamber within his group, his party, from PNDC into NDC. He was a very intelligent, capable leader. He contributed there to our public life. That's the legacy. At the point, he was perceived as a virtual prime minister of the country, especially during the PNDC time. It's a blow. any death creates a vacuum. And in this particular case, I would say it's quite a big vacuum he lives within the governing party now. We know that the current president appointed him, I think, if not a chief advisor, at least one of the topmost advisors to the president and the government. And his going, I think, should leave a void that will take quite some effort on the part of government to fill. So it's a big blow.
I'm sure President Kufuor some set up for us. In the bit me can Kesee be as na. I'm paying so
So to be a man,
0302 211 701 up to 4. The obetimi aka afa the wahwe ni the wati teach for P.V Obeng.
Lady Letitia na pay wo dignity o sino nchia sonko enkoma obi na sie nchia wo more messages fan ho nyina da mo de ba e be kan ama mo Prince William o Yankee FM na pay wo so hwe bi chia wo papa mo sampa mpanyifo apostifo na immigration fo mo sampa any Sumai Rural Bank penimo ho any school for mo Sumai na da nchia enkoma
Brother Alex Martin apom ti say
oh, me wodi nke na rewo na che me mano pa wende.
Ye chi dada.
Ano pa me bo woni mi ni ababa so na mati amono pa. Na ba bia ye MC ona bo Mohammed Abuesi woni ye che ma che ma kama obi anchi aso nkonkomo. Then ya wi ase mu enipa me ya ka se nipa na eni anwoden ye nipa nso na ya no woden papa pa na ye che ye ho. Owe papa ye bro abebra magana mai. Na fegi wi ase we de akwa akoto no enti die me ntimi nkasa kede ye meka ti otudi amponya kokwa ane ze ofa ne kra ntu yi na ebi adachi bi ni ye bese hia na ebi hia na ye ni die na ye timi aka bu mako so ahima be da si bi mi ni ame
youth organizer obenya ewo mampon no obi si menwom na fia nwom no a meto na ye ne de pa se dia meto na ni je ho yi papa na mse we fa ho ben
right gizo person ne kasa
yo gizo
about tomorrow, I will pay you. Nana Yabrefo. Yay, Militia.
Yay, Gizo Dano, we were TV, so now, or 240 at the best in Nanam Stadium Park, so I'm saying, on walk on one.
And I just said, Moana, Montana, Remarca, as you know, Mamintia, Tamaun to Minua. Your friend of coffee and Kivosi Apple. Aha. Oh, yeah. First vice chairman. Oh, Hachumapura, Utilpa, Samai, Meteo Cache, Michapa. Sana, Miami, you have blood set to think Chacham figure. Why? Mamma Pia, what is
Majoso,
and you go to Kofa, Amen. Everyone put you in the Kako. Now, you said, Ghana. I will go a man, Mr. P.V Obeng, Sabe, only my man, I will need only man to come here. I am the senior, so Apano, maintain a Nunica Sada. Say, oh, yes, and answer or kind of movie, and I said, a very nice gentleman. When it comes to politics, or a very mature politician. But a lot of people admire him, would hear somewhere. But I could folk crack a fan of home. And not that what Kufano, and so I can find a what. Some here political. I find sort of it. Time to so Casaba Bahat.
Gizo, and I said 2 p.m. at Santa Mampono or say Uchiaminu Nada. Na Yakaso talk pa. Now Uchiap Mrs. 2 p.m. Uchia TK Brimer. Yeah, or Peche Manedi.
Ben was
Santa Mantem.
Ben was
Ben was Suyane. Suya for who you're there.
Namiadum Nanaya. Temusumu pa you nanaya maminchia minana nana amokuna nimpa
oh yechiano nana ho ye wo
nana mo ye pa nana se ye nchia na ote won kanche
na jamwano wo ho nana jamwano
nana jamwano wo
oh
nana jamwano wo ma ya na ye kra
oh
nana ye na ye ti se ni pa jasani
za
nyabro you nana na minsanjia me am former regional minister and nyangupo abo amana ye abagada I felt that his
Jonya me che mafu
me che mafu me chia papa na pa zebi you are the you aduma pa
Yes, and 12 months and go and San Koya Juma, and I'm not Juma Papa, I'm a brave original. If the president has said, what is the Ombay ambassador, the chair and a Tomipa, the Machia, Honorable Erico Puku, the Machia, Mr. Jam, Adriana Sporting Club, and the boss back will not Zico, now, and say, and I know Yantias, he said it was a quiet or the general secretary, the man 1 week, neck or chase Asem.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's Papa. So many Presby JHS. Francis Amano, yeah, also Minya. Was what you mean at all. You answer that Kojopoku, Aswasi Kumasi, or say good morning, please. What's the Ministry of Trade is doing to us the inland import of rice? What the Ministry of Trade, the far a more and our Odiaba, penny for Shannon to one more. Honorable Prince, yeah, well, Libu. Honorable to say, I am no way, Namozo. Yamesh Raipa, not Chairman Gideon or Hodie. Oh, Gideon, or more than what say, P.V Obeng, I am said Gideon, and you took much para for pa, no 2 4, am I saying, Dote and Gideon, but now Mississippi, so a child, Mississippi. Also a child. Yo. Nana, energy minister, I did be member a P.V Obeng so. Why I did be nice and a bonabaso. Yan scholars back or Catao Tema, Majesty. So what is the Majesty? When you are car and shine, I mean, Namu Mamma Blanton for the question. Now, energy minister says, I know 2 cars, a qualibu or sharp rano. When you say MP and a minister. When you saw the room of Sayani, a castle with this, no. Namishra of Samapano, W.I. Otri, Tebri, Emmanuel, and a pay also shade Median Binchian Coma. So please greet my husband, Reverend Emmanuel Perry, a pow. Yeah, or a Glorious Life Ministries, if he a year or Kaswa CP, or see in Chiano Man Papa. So please, I need I'll say that if this is what the government wants to do to reteach us, then there's only one thing we would do. We would confuse the people instead of convincing them. Oh, yes, no. Kroma, and then if he Asem for Sudeba, oh, confusion, be no be so confusion, and should be hard to confusion. All right, Martin, I'm to say, that's no. But messages be me or touch back on the family. Now you to be Kaibi. I'll say hello, ma'am. God bless you for your wonderful work. Dominic Asari, popularly known as teacher. A casa Yanfo, Wona Uchiaye. Or say, in fact, you guys are superb. Way free, Eric or Eric, that's Papa. No one will come and penny cracker. Also, greetings to Amahine. Thanks for your good job done. Every EK Techi, a honey buyer. So, good morning. Greetings to my brother, Lance Corporal Joseph Ufriado, who is getting married on Sunday at Jeso. Lance Corporal, Yamawari. So, okay. Would they all want to the move? In Woodinsi. Karim, Edasi, upon to saying.
Apomu ya mutu
na Adom yetu Karim ona otwato
na anofo de emse ayo na to Ghana fo nyina Mr. P.V Obeng amanfo ya ti ni wo no de ye obi aya na mebo Ghana People's Media fo nyina abaso obi a report na kama dife this party nkwa na akoya amanyosem on the MPP nsem kwa na wo ye nne ngese odi na yi nyina shema P.V Obeng na nka yi nyina se de papai Mampenda da kupoti bona baso, sede na nadu si bona baso, former president Raleigh si bona, current president so bona baso, ne juma pa obeye no na onu wa jano ho, ene no kwa na publisher na people ba ku bi ko ken sema o kanu. Edu be bia yemma Ghana ye hunya ye hu. Ko me dia bibi ha message se nipa no wu anta na ya bona baso ye bibi akura ye hu no. Na ma wie we no me chia mo pa na ma chia me MP jambafo. Enemy party chairman, Uraya Jambutin.
Karim, that's a Hannah from Akotia. I simply like your outfit. And Nanaya, please, can you repeat your name again? Because I heard someone say Aisha Mausi. All right, Charles from Aisha P.V Obeng, may he rest in peace. He's such a decent, responsible politician. P.V Obeng, rest in peace. Richard Nediaba. Special happy belated 70th birthday to Madam Ellen Yampofwa of Chebi, Newtown. Yesterday was your big day. Nana Chum, another. And may P.V Obeng so rest in perfect peace from Don't be lazy, Karachi West. Nana, I always watch Bedroom because of you. Nana, you are too much, from Mother Asokori Mampo. And Kobe from Lakeside Estate. The MPP should stop making P.V Obeng's death partisan. Abba. And cocoa farmers all over Ghana are crying of high price of cocoa fertilizer. And I kindly beg the president to reduce it. From Asoma Police, Asem. And from Collins, Nana, for decade is 40. Okay, I'm not getting this one. Nana, you are looking good. Life is too short. We need to put ourselves in order every time. From Bishop Richard Sunyani. And the purchase of expensive government vehicles and corruption cost of our economic woes. Kwabna and San Ediwe Nanaya and Mr. Santi, I love your morning show. This is coming from Herbal Dr. Felibram from Aflau. May Almighty Spirit the healer richly bless you. I love Kufo and Chamantin and their eyes in the neck. And Nana, I like your program so much. Keep on, more grease to your elbow. Nana, yeah, I'm Deborah. Anytime you come to Covetown, call me. Now, my papa be my wedding.
Thank you, thank you. Deborah and papa to me be
Kubra.
Me call nursery.
What's happening in Ghana Police Service? No more training for cadet officers. Qualified officers are on standby for 5 years without any hope. Oh, I'm a Ghana. Kwame Tamale. But it is a very petty Ghanaian leaders are doing just big summit from so many Eastern region. And I say, please, Nana, I will be very glad if you call me back after your program for an important issue. Justice from Takrade. For the number, the first name in
Justice Yate. Why?
Judge
you bet for Papa.
All right.
Should I go or see in the headmaster Obroni?
All right. You see, I'm saying now Adams Eji Wire Crado. The other side of PV are Mourning in terms of sports. Adams at the better at the Amama.
Obviously, I'm watching Giant and passing with this sister and a football age. David or Sunday, and I'm saying, now. David or say, no.
It is here. Adams, I can't over.
The sense of urgency with which we must attach the functions assigned to us. We have